Peace and blessings. This is Lisa Marie coming to you from Accra, Ghana. How are you, ladies? I hope you're well. I know it is early. Let me make sure I got my phone so that if I want to, oh, come on. I had my phone. I wanted to make sure if I needed to refer to something, I had it. And now that ain't supposed to be what's up because here it is. Okay, good. So I do have my trusty phone. Just in case I want to reference anything and I want to look at it, I'm going to make sure that I do that. I hope your day is beautiful, perfect, whole, and complete. I know a lot of your days are just getting started. So how are you doing? So y'all, like I was really thinking about like what I want this Live Free TV to be. And one of it, especially now that I'm in Ghana, and right now it's a traveling thing. So for those that are new, first of all, let me welcome you to my channel. You know, I had a channel called Blackberry Beauty Academy that I no longer, it's like there, but it's not there. Like none of y'all could actually see it. And so I decided that because I decided that I wanted to start anew, that I felt like the channel I have for almost 11 years was a lot of times when a woman or a person wants to move forward, and when you have a YouTube channel and you're talking about a certain thing, people sometimes expect you to continue to talk about that. And you keep growing, you know, like they're growing, you're growing. So a lot of times you grow apart. And I wanted to just establish myself as this new woman. Before, when I first started YouTube, I wasn't married, but I was dating the man that I would marry. And so we're not married anymore. I was not traveling like this, although I did. Yes, it's true. I moved from my background is born in Brooklyn, left about 21, 22, moved to Vegas and then California, stayed there for about 20 some years, have a beautiful 23-year-old daughter. California was so instrumental in my growth as a spiritual woman, you know. Although I grew up in a metaphysical household, my mother was very esoteric, I had to grow into my own. So it's like you get the religion or the belief system that you get, but then you grow into your own. You grow into what that looks like for you. For a long time, I think I ran away from, and I would say ran away from, but that's almost like me knowing that I was in something. I feel like I didn't, I got away from, I like that better. I got away from that metaphysics when I first got to California, but only the first couple of years. Because shortly after I became a vegetarian, that was in 91, 92. So shortly after I became a vegetarian, and that really opened me up in so many ways, you know. Like I said, connected to the Rasta brother, had my daughter by him, just that black consciousness was something that was already instilled in me, but to actually have the experience of it, it was very, very beautiful, and very growing. I could tell you now, because maybe you're in a situation where you are feeling you're practicing certain kinds of spiritualities, you're asking the universe for more, maybe you're into the power of the mind or science of the mind, the law of attraction, all of these things. Maybe you're turned vegan, eating well, you know, if that's what it is for you. I am a vegan, I'm a vegan, but I'm not as strict. I'm traveling, so that's another thing we can talk about. How strict do you have to be, or you know what, how can you maintain your veganism traveling, and do you need to be so strict when you travel, especially if the food is fresher and cleaner. So I'm just open to everything. You know, that's the thing of this, the kind of like the theme of this live stream today is, I feel like for me, traveling helps me know myself in a way that staying just at home with the same belief systems, the same, maybe even friends or family, the same ideology, because a lot of times where we come from is a custom or a culture. There is a custom and cultures of people that come from the United States. And in this case, regardless of the color or religion, there is people from the U.S. that have a certain way that we all react. Now add in the difference of ethnicity, of so-called race, then yeah, you got cultural differences. So I know that when I'm traveling as an American, that sometimes that gets in the way, or sometimes that is in the forefront. That's what people see. My desire when I travel is to, yes, immerse myself into the culture. I think that's really it. I don't have to say, there's nothing more. I travel to immerse myself in the culture, but also to allow myself to be something different than myself. Now, this is a big one. So let's get this one so we get it together. Hey, Nicole, good morning, darling. So yeah, so I feel like this is stuff like, okay, traveling for me is about self discovery, right? And a lot of times when you're traveling with another person who has a different opinion about life, like I said, maybe in a different age group from you, a different era, a different belief system, and you travel with them, it comes sometimes it will rain on your parade because they're telling you things from their perspective, which means you never get to have one of your own. And so I'm going to say, it's interesting. I mostly solo travel. I think up till now, I solo travel. And I used to, at some points, sometimes you get a little lonely, though you meet a lot of people, which is always nice. But as a traveler, you meet people and you have a great connection with them. And as travelers, they're travelers, you're travelers, they go on and you may never see them again. So you kind of get used to that having that connection, and then the connection is broken or whatever because the people move on, and sometimes the people are you because you're not staying in that place forever, and neither is that person. And that can be getting a little lonely sometimes. Or you, as a woman traveling alone, sometimes you got to be careful because there's men that are looking at a woman traveling alone, and they might not be up. They might be up to no good. So I've had all those scenarios, meeting people and really liking them, and then either I'm leaving or they're leaving, or traveling alone and having to be more careful because I'm a woman. So I concluded, I was like, you know what, it would be nice. I would love to see what it is to travel with another person. And I think it can be done that you could actually, but you want to make sure of a few things before you decide who your traveling partner is going to be. Let me tell you, people react differently when they travel. People, because especially specifically, I want to say as Black Americans coming to Ghana or coming to Africa, you're already going through, and you don't even know it, but there is, like my sister was kind of breaking it down. I love it. I feel like I'm in a different realm. So there's a different way because this is the different way of doing things, of relating, of understanding, of connecting, of socializing. There's different customs, ideas, thoughts, and belief systems. So you're already, but yet you're Black, just like these people. They're Black, you're Black, but your Black has been going through some stuff. Your Black has had a little disconnection. So you're kind of relearning how to be an African again. It's so, and let me just say something. That's so much fun. That's so much exciting. That's so exciting. And when I say to be an African again, it is to understand the way that they do things and how, if you want to live there, you would maybe want to do those things as well. Because those things are not going to hurt you. They're going to actually help you. And I love the way here. I love the way they relate, the way they connect. But what I really love, remember I talked about self-discovery, I love the way I am here. I love what they bring out in me. I love the gentleness and the love, which makes me become more gentle and loving as well. That's what the Ghanaian people do for me. That's the feeling I get, so that's the feeling I give. But sometimes you're traveling with a partner, and again, you're both coming from a state of mind of just binary and right and wrong and what I would and would not do, and a lot of judgment. So now think of me. Now I'm discovering, especially in Ghana, that I am very much of a free spirit. So I love the flirting, or the men flirting with me and me flirting back. Like that's me. I love having a club. So I'm getting real example. So let's say that you like to drink, maybe you like to have a beer, or maybe you like to have wine, maybe you just straight turn up. I mean, I'm not necessarily turning up, maybe you do. And you have a travel partner that doesn't. But not just that they don't, but they might look down on the fact that you do. That is going to that's going to spoil your fun. Maybe maybe you're very cute, maybe you're attractive, and a lot of men are attracted to you, and you're a natural flirt. You ain't bothering nobody, you're not hurting nobody, but the other person maybe is not. That's going to damper your travel together. Because if you're a person that's traveling to discover who and what you are, that the way you do that, maybe flirting or being flirted at, maybe having a drink, or maybe wanting to go out to eat, or maybe want to go to the beach, or you're just so free. If you have somebody who's not feeling as free and very much more cautious, then that's not going to be a good travel partner for you. Now, it could if the cautiousness was coming from love, or the cautiousness was that they get a little wild and you are the straight person, or you get a little wild. Man, that's a balance. But when it's a very much imbalance where you feel like, oh my God, I can't even be myself. Because see, let me say this to you on a spiritual level. I even know my family be afraid for me to travel. Don't do this and don't do that, and make sure you don't talk to this. And I'm going, how many countries have I been in already, and I'm still here? It's very hard for people to understand that there is something deeper. The ancestors have you, if you believe in that, and I do. The ancestors have always been with me on every single trip. So a lot of times if the natives want something, take that seriously. If the people next to you that are not in your vibration and have a fearful vibration, if you're not careful, you're going to start bringing in that fearful vibration as well, and that's going to ruin your trips. And you don't want that. So before you get on that plane with somebody, you really have to get to know them. You know, a lot of times we meet people and we just say, oh, let's go places together. I don't think you should do that. I think you should get to know the person and really see. Some things, though, you won't know until you travel with a person. If I had to do it all over again, would I travel with another person? Absolutely. Because I do like that I do like having a partner with me. So I would travel with somebody again, but I would make sure that we are compatible in the way we relate and the way that we have fun and the way that we do our thing. You know, you have to understand what's important to them on the trip. What are they going on this trip for? And what do you expect to get out of the trip? And if you know that it's two different things, don't think it's going to fix itself, because it's not. So I do the pro of traveling with somebody is just that. There's somebody else. So you're a little more protected. Yeah, but people are not going to come at you. Ghana, I don't have to worry because we have a family. So people might come at us, but we have a family that's always there for us. So there's a certain amount of insulation and protection. But even after a while, you know, like the place that I looked at, like, oh my God, yeah, like I would love to live in that apartment. Like I'm really feeling it. And when you see it, it might not even be all that to you, but it's just a vibe, you know. It's a number 5. And Leo's actually is in the 5th house. And I was reading the angel number that number matches my personality. A lot of people will go into that they will be attracted to a place or an apartment. And let's say you're dealing with numerology. And a lot of people will be like, oh my God, that's a 5. So let's say you read a 5, or you might be attracted to a house and you look at the number on the door and that house number is a 7. You might say, oh my God, 7 means you'll read all the positive, and then there's always some not so positive. It's just like your challenges could be. And you read them challenges and you'll go, oh my God, I really want an 8. Like an 8 represents prosperity and abundance. 5 represents excitement, change, busyness, doing things, getting out, creativity. Like 5 is like lit. And somebody coming to a 5 house, they're going to be uplifted and happy. It's a lot of joy. It's interesting that I attracted that apartment because that's how I'm feeling. I'm like, yes. You know, they laugh at me. They laugh at me in a wonderful way. They know, they like, she's so exuberant, and she's, oh yes, come on, let's do it. Hey, yeah, let's do that. Sure, yeah, you know. And then because that's my vibe, so the apartment is in the heart of everything. It's like I know why I attracted that apartment, and it's almost like that's all that I need. But and then so let me just say that. So what you're attracted to is where you are. So if you get a number and you tried to change the number, or you wish the number was something else, that 8 for that prosperity and abundance, not to say you won't get that in the 5, is not where your energy is. It's nothing bad. So when you get a number, don't worry about changing it. It means that that's where your spirit is feeling. That's what your spirit's feeling, and that's what your spirit is saying that you need to be. I mean, and always too, sometimes numerologists will read and be like, well, you know this means, because it gives a negative side. You got to be careful of that. But they harp on that because they're afraid for you. Or so you have to decide what your life is and the way you want your life to be. But attraction is attraction is attraction. A lot of times too, when you attract something, like you said, you understand it, you know why. At the same time though, and this is what I want to say, at the same time, if as a traveler, you're going to meet people that are not on the up and up. As a traveler, you might even travel with people that's not on the up and up. You should not feel guilted in staying. You should not feel guilty. As a world traveler, I'm just telling you, you're calling me a world traveler. As a world traveler, you got to know when to fold them, know when to hold them, okay, know when to walk away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Kenny Rogers, God rest his soul, you got to know. So there's times that you gotta say, you know what, this is messing with my vibe. This is messing with my spirit. This is messing with the spirit of who and what I am. What I realize about numerology, and if any of y'all water sign, I love y'all, but we probably would not be traveling together, is that that stuff is real. Fire ignites fire. Air even really ignites fire as well. But water puts out the fire. And they may not mean to. So I would do things differently. I would be asking, what's your sign? Before I travel, I would be like kicking it with them a little longer. I would make arrangements that we are going to travel for a second together, but from the beginning, I would open up that. But if one of us realizes that we're going in two different places, that we are allowing ourselves to say, hey, the buck stops here, or this is where the road ends, and we moving on. Like, you want to, it's okay that you do that. Like, really have those things in place so you don't feel obligated and they don't. Big thing too, traveling with somebody else, you got your own money and they got theirs. You pay for your own plane ticket and they pay for theirs. Because a lot of times when you're traveling and somebody's paying for everything and they're with you, they expect you to do what they want to do. And maybe that's not you. When you notice that your spirit is not fulfilled, it's almost like, who goes traveling to be fighting an argument? Who goes traveling to be, disagreeing? Like, that's not, you don't want to waste your precious time. A lot of us are on vacation, meaning that there is an end date to when this all is over and you're going to go back home. So just make sure that your travel is for you. Even if you're traveling with another person, it's still about you. I think traveling is the time to really do what you want and not what other people want. That's just the one time you get to be selfish, because you spent your money on your stuff, so you got to do your thing. And I'm just realizing that right now. And I am having such an experience, and I'm growing and learning a lot through it, and it makes me happy. But so yeah, I'm still looking for an apartment. That one was a 2-bedroom. Not that I would love to have it. I wish that I didn't have to go. I'm gonna see about the 6 months, because I was telling y'all, like, you gotta do. They usually ask for a whole year. That's a lot of money to come up with. So let's calculate that together. So the apartment was $443 a month, but I'm sure I can get them down to $350. So I'm gonna add $350 times 12 months equals, that's a lot. I'm going to make sure I did that again. $350 times 12 equals $4,200. Just so you understand that this whole Ghana thing, like, it's expensive. Like, who has $4,200 to put in an apartment? That's a lot. Like, okay, yes, it's for the whole year, and of course it's cheaper in the end, because you might be paying $1,000 per month, but it's still a lot. So then let's say you say 12 times 350 equals 4,200 divided by 2 is 2,100. You still got to come up with $2,000, even if you split it. So my thing is this: let's check it out, because the person said that maybe he can negotiate for 6 months. So let's say you do 350 times 6 equals, that's of course 2,100, right? And you split it that, you divided that by 2, that's only 1,050. So for 1 month rent, I can live somewhere for 6 months. 1 month, because that's about what I pay in the States, it's 1,050. I can live somewhere else for 6 months if you share. But then let's go back to the idea of not just traveling with somebody else, but now deciding to live abroad and then roommate with somebody that you and them are on 2 different pages. I don't think you should do it. I don't think it's a good idea. It's not worth it. You're going to think, well, I don't have as much money and I really want this place, and this person does. I'm going to give you this tip to say, don't do it in the States either. Because if you don't get along now, most likely you're not going to get along when you live together. It's going to be worse. And you're both kind of in a contract where you will be stuck. Because somebody might be contemplating it. Maybe you're in the States and contemplating it. I would not do it. I learned right now that I, as a grown woman, cannot live with another grown woman. It's not gonna work. I don't even know at this point in my life if I can live with a man. Like I don't even know that. Like I'm feeling very independent. You know, it's interesting. Before I left, I think I'm into the love. Remember, like finding the one, and now like there's a lot of men here. So why just have fun, like enjoy, flirt, have fun. I don't know if I'm looking. I don't know what happened to me since I crossed that water, but and got into the continent. But I don't think I'm looking for that one. Let that will happen when it happens naturally. Right now, I'm just trying to have fun, like. And I didn't know that. And there's such a freedom in that. No ownership. You don't own somebody, they don't own you. And that just being. I don't know. Like I've never been here, but I love it. I love that I'm free, and I love that I'm open, and I love because I think when you realize that, who you are and that time is not running out. You come here, you get younger, you feel more agile. You don't have the stresses of what you had when you was where you were, because that affects the relationship that you're having. That's why if I'm feeling stressed when I'm traveling, then I got to look at in my life what's stressing me out, because I don't really get too stressed out when I'm traveling. Most people don't. That's why you travel. You travel to let go. And so I've just really learned a lot. So again, would I travel with somebody again? I would. Would I have more information before traveling with them? I would. And I'm going to suggest that you do that too. So this is my new plan. I'm going to ask the agent to find me a 1 bedroom. And I'm going to ask them to only do it for 6 months because I don't understand the residency laws. I don't understand how long I can be here. I don't want to be signing nothing that I sign it and they be like, you got to go. And I got all them 6 months that I didn't pay for that I can't have. So I'm definitely going to find a 1 bedroom. I love that neighborhood. And you know what? That's the beauty. I know what I like. I don't want a roommate. Even if I got along with somebody really well, like I don't think I need a roommate. I think I'm a grown woman and I think I need to be on my own. So I learned, but let me say that. I learned that. That's all I'm saying. I learned that. That's what this traveling, that's all it's about. What have you learned about yourself that you will you know and use for the rest of your life? I cannot do a roommate. It's not gonna work for me. The way I do it, the way I party, the way I not party, the way I spirit, the way I the way I get up, the way I go to sleep, it is something that is all mine. And I really, really enjoy the way I move through life. I love that. And I want to continue to enjoy it. So that is my take. So this outfit, let me show you, this outfit is so cute. Let me see. I'm going to show you this outfit. So it's got a lot of purple in it, and I guess blue too. The purple seems dominant, but you can't really see it. But I'm going to tell you about this outfit. So it's like this. It's one of these. And I'll tell you what it is. So I won't say I designed it, but it was mine. I had an idea about it. So I have a jumper just like this that I bought at some festival in Durham, probably, or somewhere in North Carolina. And I was like, Goddess, because that's what Goddess does. She sees a design she likes and she recreates it in African fabric. So, and tie dye is very big in Ghana. These people the brothers and sisters that do it are absolute experts. So I said, oh, I would like to recreate this outfit that I brought here. So I like to recreate that outfit. And so this is it. This is all it is. These are light, comfortable, beautiful. And I think the fabric was all, God has picked out the fabric. And I like the tie dye. So, and I know I don't have enough purple and blue, yes, but not so much purple. You can't really see it, but it's really purple. I don't know why it's looking like this, but it's a little blue, but it's mostly purple. And I don't have a lot of purple. So I love this. It's a great outfit. I'm going to take a long walk because today, remember, y'all, I'm going to Pan-African television and I'm going to be doing the poetry for the Monday Groove. So I need to get my poem together. I need to just walk. And I'm also fasting today. Yes, believe it or not. I really need to fast. Oh, I drank all this water and it had chia seeds in it. And I got another water. I'm going to get another one. And I'm going to do my best to fast. I'm going to do my best because it's not easy. Another thing, though, I'm thinking, too, is I got to just see. I really want to go back to Nicolese. Let me tell you a lot of things about here. This is a little more isolating. It's a little more small townish, which I'm learning don't really work for me, especially learning languages. And I like the hotel because, see, y'all think it's nothing, but I can't, you got to find food around here. Sometimes the places are not open, they close. This is a different kind of community, so it's not like they need to open for you. It's hard to find food, which is probably good because I need to fast, but come on, you want food when you want food. What I do with my dirty clothes? Like, what am I doing with my dirty clothes? Like, I need my clothes washed, and I need like consistent Wi-Fi, and I need to be around people where I can learn stuff. So I feel like I might go back to the hotel, but I know it's so expensive and I don't really have it. So I'm going to sit here and just meditate on what I need to do next. But I was really happy there, and but I need to also find an apartment because I don't want to keep circulating money like that I don't really have. So I'm going to be in meditation today. And that's what I'm going to do most of the day. But let's see who's on. So y'all, the reason why I'm on the bed, you probably guessed. And the reason why I am is because I need to be close to the outlet. They don't have a lot of outlets here. Like in the States, you know how we have outlets on almost all the walls, or at least more than one. No, they don't really have that here. I haven't seen it. So Nicole, let me say, hey, good morning. Good morning, Shelly. Hey, Emma. Hey, good morning, Sheila. Good morning. Thank you, Ajua. Thank you, Audrey. I found out living with my daughter as she became an adult, it was difficult. Oh, yes. We both have strong personalities. We have such a better relationship. Separate homes, me and my daughter. And you know what I love about that, Shelly? My daughter knows that she and her mama don't. As now that she grown, she's like, no, we're not. We shouldn't do that. Nah, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. That outfit is so beautiful. I was eyeing it while you were sitting there. Oh, thank you. It's really, yeah, it's an outfit I had, and I just knew, isn't it pretty? And it's so perfect for this. Like, this is so Ghana. This is so Ghana. And I want to tell you about outfits and stuff too, about how Ghanaians look at African type of clothes and how they look at American clothes. Very nice outfit. Thank you, Sheila. In astrology news, expert expert angry expect angry people the first half of this week. Oh, Mars put on me. Oh, okay, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I need to go look. Yes, yes. So let me say this about the clothes too, because remember we have the seamstress, of course, they're Ghanaian, and we were talking about, so they always seem to be like, oh, look at y'all all dressed up all the time. So I said, well, do the women here, because there was a sister that came in to the shop, and it was a girl, and she wanted her to fix something. I said, do people come all the time to have things fixed? She said, actually, not really. She said, y'all, like, God is not, y'all kind of my biggest customers, because she says, Ghanaians, they get a few dresses and they good with it, but we, and not all Americans, but, people that's into fashion, we wanted to have a different dress every single day if we could have it. And she says, another thing, she says, y'all like the African clothes better than we do. Not to say all Africans are not to say all Ghanaians don't like it, but they're not as into it as, of course, we are. Remember that's kind of like the way we see Africa from our eyes, and the way Africa kind of sees itself. So the clothes to them, they would rather, that she said, she was straight up saying, because we bought a lot of clothes. I bought a lot of clothes. Like, I see her, I don't know if it's her daughter or her sister, some family member, like she's wearing the clothes I gave her. I was like, oh my God, you look so cute. So she says it like they prefer American clothes, which I always laugh, because isn't American clothes made in China too? Made in Vietnam, made in Cambodia? Like, I know, because I see them. I read where stuff is made. They're not even made in the U.S., but I'll say Western style of clothing. And we like this kind of style. So I love it. I think people appreciate it. I think that when people see it, they appreciate it. I think they like the way we look in their clothes, but I don't think they're necessarily going to wear it. So, like, let's say we go to the art center, and they selling beautiful clothes, they're selling beautiful jewelry, they're selling beautiful everything. They're not necessarily wearing the shells. I don't see them wearing the endangered symbols. They definitely ain't wearing the clothes that they sell. I can tell you that for sure. They're wearing American clothes. And sometimes I go to them and I say, they go, oh, it's going to fit. I said, well, I want to see it on you. Like, let me see it on you. No, they selling clothes and that's it. And obviously, I'm going to assume they selling to tourists. Like a matter of fact, when I go there, I don't know if I've seen a Ghanaian shopping there. I don't remember that. All the people that's there are selling something. So, but the stuff is beautiful and wonderful. And I just think that that's just an interesting thing, right? She said it. Y'all like the African clothes better than we do. We like the American clothes. She told me all that you got. Like I'm about to go in my little closet right here and see if I can get them some more stuff because they quite excited about it. So for those that, when I remember when I first was coming, I said, I was talking to Beverly. I said, Beverly, like, what do I wear to Africa? She said, your regular clothes. Yes, your regular clothes. But as a grown woman, I think that wearing like the style you would wear or as like these kind of clothing, I think it's a win. I think it's a plus. I think you stand out in a good way. Because it's another thing. Let me go back now. There's a lot of women that do wear African clothes. I don't know if it's an occasion. I don't know if they're wearing it sometimes or someone wear a skirt that's more of an African pattern. But again, I know it's women over a certain age. The young folks, of course, they want to be hip and whatever that is in America. Another thing that I know they do, and they do it boldly, this is so weird. Like you heard it when I was in the hotel, and the brother that did the laundry said, "Please take me to America with you." I get that on a daily basis. But the thing that's deep, I laugh when they say it, but I realize they are very serious. I'm like, really? I'm just gonna get you on the plane, take you to America? The seriousness of it is deep because they believe that it is the land of milk and honey, that they're going to go there automatically, they're going to make more money, and they don't know when they get there, they got 5 other Africans they're going to be living with, and they don't know that part yet, but they believe that America is going to give them the opportunities that they did not have. I'm not saying that it's not. I don't do that thing. Like I don't tell them, I ask them, why do you want to go? And they say, oh, it's for traveling. That's good. Everybody should travel. They say I'm going to make more money or it's going to be nicer there or it's better there. I ask them, what do you mean by that? My thing is to help other people as well, not just help the Black Americans that want to come here. If that's my role, and if I could even do that, I don't really know, right? But it's to also talk to the Ghanaians. So, but old me used to say, there was a thing, I remember when I was in college and we talked about this idea of modernity, being modern, and how like, let's say a indigenous person or a person of a country that's other than your own will say, I want to come to America so that I can make more money. And you'll say, or I want cell phones. And let's say, I want cell phones. You'll be like, oh, no, you don't want a cell phone. Why? Yeah, you have one. You don't want no cell phone. They're dangerous. They're bad for us. Or they'll say, I want to eat the food in America. You'll go, you don't want to eat that food. That food is poison. Your food is better. Even though maybe what you're saying is true, the fact is that you're telling somebody that's saying stay the way you are. And in the course that I took, I'll never forget, is that right to tell somebody while you're having all the modern conveniences that they should not have it? That's why when I travel now, I'll never forget that college course. Maybe that was with my degree. That one course, I got a lot out of that school, but that really changed me. That really made me realize that because the sister, she'd be like, no, you ain't gonna like it, you don't want it, but yeah, she rolling and she got, thousands, what I'm saying, she got money that they don't have. She's making clothes to them that's kind of maybe a little frivolous, right? Just to buy a lot of clothes. It's not to us, but to them. So I just try to do my best to be careful not to say, you don't want to go. I turn it around. I know why they want to go. Like one brother said, he said the thought of making $10 an hour $10 an hour, we know that's not a lot of money in the States. In the States, when we barely make $10 a day. They don't even make $10. We're not talking about 10 CDs, we're about $10. They don't make $10 a day sometimes. You got to understand then that why they believe that, and then you can't tell them, you can't say, oh, it's hard there. You could tell them, but they're not going to believe you because if it's hard there, then why are you here? And if it's hard there, why are you spending money that we don't even have? I mean, you can go into that you saved, but the fact is you do have more wealth whether you believe it or not. I think traveling is about taking yourself out of who you are, like I said, in your context and putting yourself into another because that's what you're doing. And then relating from that. Like if I could share that with y'all, like I now let them say it and I understand what they want. I do tell them that it's a struggle there too. That you're not going to go and it's going to be blown up. But at the same time, a lot of Africans have connections in these countries. And so for them, it could be a better reality. I mean, I see for myself a lot of so-called foreigners, like we like to call them in the States, which the States is supposed to be a bunch of different people in different places, but yet we still call them foreigners, okay? Some of them do very well. They may have to sacrifice a bit, but they do very well. So I don't want to be that one, but I have met Africans here that live in the States and they all want to come home. They don't want to die. A lot of them say they don't want to die in the States. They don't want to die in some cities. They want to come home. And a lot of them they are already building their home here. They're waiting for retirement. My thing is if you didn't have to wait for retirement, I'll ask them, would you be here right now? And of course they would. Of course they would. So it's interesting that no matter how far they go, when they come back home, like two brothers told me that every time they get off the plane, they don't even know each other. When they get off the plane, the plane's going to Ghana and they get ready to land, they cry. That the need, that they didn't even know how much they needed it. They didn't even know how much they missed it or desired it until they went away and came back. Because some went away and we stayed away for 10, 15, some even up to 20 years. Then something brings them back and they, oh my God, they realize what it is and they're doing their best to stay. So they start building. So I think that sometimes we go out for something and in the end we all just want the simplicity of life. I was thinking too, like you're right. I'm reading a lot of stuff on Facebook, and I'm loving how a lot of y'all are handling this. Some people see this whole C virus and the crisis of it as like a time to reset. That it's true, planes are not flying, which that was a lot of stress so called on the environment. Although people like to argue that the environment is going to do fine, the environment can take all of this, and maybe it could, but everybody having to sit, no cars, so the earth. For those that are into that, some believe like the earth is getting a rest and it's resetting, but they also I don't know, that's fine. The whole idea of the thing that they say is out there, I'm not exactly convinced, but that's a great way of seeing it, that no matter what. But this is what I wanted to tell you, whatever theory you believe, because I believe some too, I want to say to you that I think what no one's expecting is that this is what we've all needed. If we all had more time to sit with ourselves, we would have a better life because we would make decisions not based on fear or not based on lack of. We would actually hear spirit, and spirit would tell us exactly what we want. And that if there was something diabolical about this so-called experiment, that you already transmuted that. You already did that by if there was a plan, then their plan is going to fail because you are already they gave you enough time, and that using the time to change, using the time to grow, using the time to understand who and what you are, that's a blessing. So anybody that's feeling any fear, that is the way. Like I love that way of looking at it. That if you think about it, the very thing that maybe you may feel like they're taking your rights is the very thing that is allowing you to be still with yourself. We're not physical beings, right? Or we're physical beings having, they say, a spiritual experience. That's more like it. You are divine energy. And once you connect to your source, which is energy, you connect to the kind of a key that opens up all doors and gates. It's a metaphysical time. And I just want us to kind of stay in that vibration of love and peace. But I do have to say that, talking to Africans that live in America, the craving, the need, the desire to be home is deep. It's a different place. It's a different energetic level. So my sister said, you trying to talk to people when you kind of crossed into a different portal, so your conversation is from that portal, but you're trying to make it be into this one, and that to understand that they don't know what the hell you talking about. And they're not, and it's okay. Just keep going, as the famous words of Harriet. And I also want to say, like, I know, like Dr. Layla Africa has transcended into the realms of the ancestors. And oh my God, I love that man. Like, I love him. I love his whole way, the way he delivered. But you know what? He knew what time it was. He said it's time to go. He's gone. And I just want to say, big up to Dr. Layla Africa. Like, I loved him. Like, I never saw him in person, but every time I watch his videos, I learned so much. His conversations on melanin alone changed my whole perspective. That's probably why I'm in Africa. There is power in that which we see as color. There is power. If you ever want to like Google's or YouTube, Dr. Africa and melanin, just do that, and you will. He really takes it home. It is beautiful and it's special here. It's not perfect in Africa, but it's something happens to you, and it should. Something happens. That's the only way I could put it, and it's very powerful. Okay, let's go down. Just giving you a heads up. Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, Sherry. I just wanted to say that taking your classes and watching your videos have prepared me for this time. I'm not afraid, and I feel that this is an opportunity for growth. It is. It is. It really, really is. It's an opportunity for growth and expansion, and y'all ready for whatever. Like this is was due in a lot of ways. That's why I said it doesn't matter if what the intent of the person or what you believe is the powers that be, right? The intent is if you got something from it that actually allows you to sit down to see in different perspective and to then ask for what you want, it's a beautiful time. It is an absolute wonderful time. Now, as much as I say that, there's some people that would say, oh my God, why are you saying that? It's a horrible time. I think it could be a very beautiful time. And I think that even if you are afraid, what's going to be, that's how I let go of fear. What's going to be is going to be. So whatever was going to go down, me thinking about it and trying to figure it out is not going to make it go away. That it was going to be was going to be, because I feel like when you're not afraid, and I really believe this, to die, then you live. Then you have transcended anything that could hurt you, because your spirit just continues to live on. And in a sense, it will help you to live on better in even a physical body. You're right. Everybody's eating better. Everybody's checking for their immune system. Everybody's being more closer to the family and loving on each other. Everybody's getting a chance to be home. Hopefully that will, you'll be able to live, with money or no money. Like this could be the best of times or the worst of times. It just depends how you look at it. And so I agree with that. I agree with that. And I hope that there's not the people that are alone. I hope that they're able to find other people. I don't know how deep it is there, but I think it's an opportunity for sure. I do, and I'm curious to see how the whole thing plays out. Because some things, y'all, you just don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it's going to be. I don't know how it's going to work out. But I just know that it's happening, and that we should, like Shelley says, like growth and expansion. Why not? Why not? I believe it. I believe that too. I'm enjoying the quietness, that's right, of life. Neighborhood quiet, not a lot of traffic, sit down somewhere. Yes, right? And a lot of people don't do that. You turned me on to Dr. Africa. His teeth is amazing. Oh my God, that brother. Was Dr. Africa the gentleman in Urban Kryptonite? He was in Urban Kryptonite. That's right, he sure was. I agree with Shelley. Yes, absolutely, y'all. It is a time to reset. It's a time to sit still. It's a time to enjoy. I mean, I don't think it can't last forever. It just can. I think it's great. I think maybe some people wish it would, like not maybe in this extreme, but it is quiet. I could imagine that kind. You know what, for me, y'all, I think for me, my life was always very quiet. So I know a lot of people need that. I think for me, my life has always been quiet. So it's so nice to have you experience that. But I feel like for me, I would probably be going crazy up in that house when I can't even talk to nobody else. One thing that I noticed for me when I was alone for so long is that I did need that human contact. So I want to just send out that love. Somebody that's in the house though alone, and this may be too much for them, reach out, call them, talk to them, listen to them, send them love. because I felt like that I needed that human contact. It started to drive me nuts. I think that's why I'm in Ghana right now, where the people thrive on the togetherness. Do you get what I'm saying? Not that that's wrong to be isolated, but that's another thing that I'm learning. That concept of I just want my own space, that concept of I just want to do for me, that concept I don't want to talk to anybody, that would be a hard thing to do here. It's because the reality of them is that you cannot live alone. You cannot be successful or happy or joyful without your clan, community, or family. That's why the folks that's helping us, they stepping in so much. It's their culture to say, if I like I say I want to go back to the hotel, he said I'm pleading with you, please come. I can't leave you there. You don't know anybody. There's nobody to help you if you need it. You might reach the wrong people. I mean, to us, that sounds like, dude, let me do my own thing, right? It's not. It's not. So I think we all got what we're seeking. A lot of y'all were seeking the solitude. You were seeking the oneness with self. Whoa, beautiful, right? Like, yes, I agree. I think I was, because I had that, I was now seeking this life. That's why I say we are all in the perfect place. Wherever you are is perfect. Wherever I am is perfect. But I can understand from that what you're saying, and everybody's kind of getting that reset and that relax and that, like, chill. I like the fact that they ain't gonna let me. Sometimes I might be funny, but he gonna call or check on me. I can tell you this right now. Do you need anything? Do you need to go anywhere? Let me tell you what was beautiful about the apartment was that we had these men, two of them, that one was the producer from Pan African TV, the other one was the brother Kojo, that was there for us and was making sure that everything was going to be good and that we would not be alone. That's why I say I would like that African in me would love to, in a sense, be able to be with a sister in the same place and get along and be loving. And you know what I'm saying? Because it is easier. Two people paying expensive rent, it's a lot easier. Two people splitting the food bill, splitting this, like the way that the life is set up here is different. So that's why a lot of Africans were saying to impose a lot of isolation in Africa, it would probably be, or at least in Ghana, it was going to be a little difficult because they thrive on being with each other. They thrive on that connection with one. And like I said, that's another thing. Get ready, because if you want them people that be like I might look stupid trying to get an apartment by myself. I might look weird to people. Not just weird, they don't understand why would you want that. And I get it because I'm in a place where I didn't want that anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm in a place where I was like, this can't be it. This can't be it. Just me by myself and no family, friends and nothing. And just, this can't be it. It don't feel good to me. It don't feel normal. But at the same time, it's all relative, right? For those that don't have that or have to be out all the time, that's exactly what you need. I want that for you. Like I don't know if we wanted it this way, that y'all getting to be with yourselves, but I think that we needed it. I do believe that when I say we too, let me get another thing. I don't know when I say we, am I talking about we as Americans or am I talking about we as Africans? So I'm going to try to differentiate that when I do. I don't feel the part of we as the American. I don't know why that's happening. I think it's something that happens when you get here. I feel like the way that the things are going, that feels more natural to me. And the other way that I was living felt more unnatural. But the way you were living too was unnatural. So it's almost like these levels of what we need at any given time. If I sound mixed up, my sister made me help me understand. She says, and like I said, the language of English is a little more weirder now, and like the way, and Ghanaians are constantly telling, because they see how inquisitive we are, they're constantly explaining to you things. So you get all these realities that it sound better for you. It sounds better for you. You want that. You want harmony. Harmony always to me is the coming together of more than one thing. And when it comes together, it's a beautiful, it comes together beautifully. It's a different feeling. So I know that feeling of needing the time and being in this time and space. But right here, like I love that you have to come together. And when we was in the house yesterday, I knows how the setup was. We used to do this in the South too, I remember. But the setup was, so it's the grown-ups, and the Kojo's married and his wife lived right here. His mama house is right there. The other sister, her husband is right there. The other sister, her husband, her kids are right, like they, well, in the little store they have is right in front. Like everybody lives like that. You would not even think of the idea of being to yourself. And I know me, I'd be like, I need my time. I have to have my time. But they don't have that concept. And it's kind of beautiful. It's kind of beautiful, y'all. Like, it's kind of like that's more normal than the some of us that are isolated and not wanting to be. Some of us are isolated, have been isolated too long. But again, like I said, how do I do videos where I'm in a realm where it's a different place where the people that I used to talk to is in? It's something for me too. I'm trying to reconcile. Like I want to talk about this other thing, but I know my people are going through this other thing. And even though there's some really beautiful, positive things about what you're experiencing, it's so opposite of what I'm experiencing. And so this right here for me. This is the most, it's the best and most beautiful time, but it's also because I'm talking to y'all that's in dealing with a whole nother reality. And even I'm going to talk about my spiritual sisters that's here. Even if the reality is that this is good, that this is quiet, this is nice. I feel like here there's a quietness and a beauty, but there's also this wonderful togetherness that that I remember, in slavery. Remember they used to do this thing that two or more could not be gathered together with enslaved Africans. That was for a lot of reasons, right? But that was definitely for you might conspire against the powers that be, right? You might, figure out you a slave and you want to be free, it's so many reasons why, right? But I think it was also because they understood that to the African, your family was everything, and that to separate from your family was to basically go mad. So that's something that I'm seeing differently. They don't want the isolation. They don't want the self-imposed isolation because they don't think they would live. They don't think they would thrive. They don't think that they would make it. And maybe they wouldn't, in a sense. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be over here, like, isolation is so great, like, and it is for the situation. That's the best way to see it. That is it. At the same time, I'm living in a reality where that wouldn't fly. Like, that's going to be difficult. Like, a lot of brothers tell me, you telling us not to gather? Africans ain't gonna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? I live with my peoples, And then that's another blessing. The States, we maybe feel isolated. My daughter's in California. I was in North Carolina. The fact that because of the imposed isolation, I can't really see her. They're not really gonna have that problem here because they all mostly live in the same house. If you want to just break it down, it's different rooms or it's different houses that look like different houses, but they living together. You got the mama in the yard. She's sitting down, kneeling, stool, squatting in a sense, and she's making the food outdoors. The kids are taking baths outdoors naked. I mean, it's just so beautiful. They all talk and relate and sit, and it's just a beautiful. It is so opposite of isolation. It's so opposite. Like, it made me feel good. Like, I like being with them because you could be meditating in a chair. Like, I even saw the little boy at his bath, just sitting in a chair meditating, but yet everybody's there. It's so much like that you don't know the difference. You wouldn't know whose child is whose child. And I remember reading that years ago about African child that up until a certain age, they don't even know who really the mother is. You wouldn't know whose child because everybody's going in and out the houses because, of course, they're not locking their doors. Some of us living there, our sister locked the door. They're not locking their doors. It's so human. Do y'all feel me when I'm over here, but I'm actually here? So, like, what does that do? Like, it's so human. It's so right on. It's so beautiful. And I could see how, isn't it different perspectives, but I'm so glad. Like I said, I'm not taking nothing from you. I want to be here for y'all and also be here for me. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes, that's what's going on for me. Yes, he was. Yes. Good morning, Virginia. Hey, Lisa. So, y'all, I want to ask y'all: Do I feel different? Do you know where I'm coming from too? Do you understand that I kind of entered the portal that Africa really is powerful, and it really is our home if you want it to be. and that it does something to you and you can't explain it, and you start liking this more than that because this feels much more normal. Can y'all, I just want to get some dialogue. Can you see the almost difficulty that I'm having in trying to relate to this experience, American experience, what America is going through, and then over here living a different reality? That how I don't even know. Remember y'all when I first came and I kept saying like for a minute I don't even know if I can do the YouTubes because I can't articulate what I'm feeling, especially using these words. What's going to happen when I start learning the language and the dialect? Because I'm already learning the cultures, because there's cultures. It's very it's mind blowing. Like I'm not flowing. I don't feel like I'm flowing right now, but as far as the conversation I had with y'all, because but it was my sister that said like she was just reading because again she's quiet now, so she's getting her spirituality, her antennas are up, and so are yours. And she's like, well, no, you're into a portal, and a lot of people's not going to really understand you because you're trying to talk from a place where you're not anymore. You're in a whole nother place. But in Africa, it's more than a place; it's a reality, it's an energy level. It's everything's different. What do you think about that? Let me see if I can get somebody to say, I get what you say. Nope, nobody. Okay, that's fine. Hey, sweetie. Just, yeah. So I don't know what YouTube is going to look like for me. I hope that I could articulate what I'm feeling in a good way. I don't know if we got a little bit yeah, I'm hoping that I can articulate what I'm feeling. I just hope I could do it. And still speak to y'all. And I'm definitely needing some guidance on this. Like, I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm just going to see where it leads me, and may lead me on off YouTube, or I don't really know. I just know I'm feeling something so deeply, and it's an ancient way of being. It's our natural way of being. And it exists if you see it, if you want to see it. And it's a calmness, and it's doing something to me, which makes me very hard to relate now to where I was. Isn't that something? Something to me. Okay. I had a friend that visited Ghana many years ago. She said it changed her in such a beautiful way. Yes, I say. At first, I was truly confused by your energy, but now I understand you were transitioning into your new home life. Right. Oh, yeah. When I first came and I wasn't, no, I know you're confused. My sister said it. She said they're confused. You talking crazy to them. Like they don't know what, and she says, the thing is, my sister was saying, you're trying to convince them, but they can't really hear you. You're entered into something that is us and deep and different, and you like it. They adopted you in this way. The land, the mess. She says the land is the energy that's in it. Dr. Layla Africa talked about melanin in a way that when he said it, it was like I took that in. Like I was listening to that his melanin conversations, every video. I was just like, oh my God, there's more to this color of our skin. There's more to the African than we can even understand. How intergalactic. I mean, when you go back and think that the Malayans said that they were come from the stars, it shows you how cosmically deep we are and connected to the universe. But trying to understand it from an intellectual level and then trying to understand it from a real visceral level, it's two different things. And I just, my hope and my prayer is that because then it makes it, I don't almost want to be on. Because who wants to be on nobody hears you? Who wants to be on and nobody feels you? Because then you're not helping the people that, or even, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm not helping or not, but it's a very, I just feel like the Creator got some plans for me. And I'm just going to keep going through it. It's funny that, I was growing a little bit, like, oh, YouTube, I don't know anymore. Like, I don't know, And now it's like I can't even relate anymore. And I don't dislike it. I think I need to start attracting some people who are also going through the transition as well. Because it's a transition, and I think that eventually you become on solid ground. But it's like you're still, I'm an American by nationality, but I don't feel it at all. And now all the people that I used to watch before that I used to get mad at that didn't feel it either. And I'd be like, you know, I have to hate America, love America. I don't hate America. I don't even know America. I don't know it. It don't feel normal. It don't feel right. It don't feel connected. It feels off. It feels like that's not a natural life. But if I say that during this time, then people don't understand, like, she's over here, so she should say that because she's got something to compare it to. But I don't even feel like I'm comparing. I feel like the universe said, this is your natural home. This is the way that it makes me. And I'm not done yet. It's a portal, y'all. It's a portal. And I got myself here, didn't I? The reason why too that I feel like I want to express it is because one thing I know is when I do things, I just express how I'm feeling, and that feeling, people will email me later that understands exactly what I'm talking about. And that makes me feel like it's good, because then it's like I have somebody to kind of ... So that's why I'm saying it too. I'm calling on those folks that can at least on some level understand that having a conversation with my YouTubers is difficult. I want to teach about what I feel and know and what I think is connected to Africa, and why we're so, when we go to the States, that's just one way of living, but that's not really our natural way of living. We don't even eat, this food's not even natural. It's something you're supposed to sweat. You're supposed to get darker in the sun. Like, that's you. You're supposed to have sun all day long. I mean, the reality is where your ancestors come from. If you believe that, it's Africa, and Africa is, well, certain parts of Africa, Ghana is hot every day. I laugh. I looked at the weather today. I said, oh, hot every day. Like, I had to laugh. Like, you don't look at the weather in Ghana. It's going to be hot every day. You might look at it and see if it's going to rain, but the rain don't bother nothing. It's very, very deep. Very, very deep. Orvie says, yes, I understand. Merci beaucoup. Midasi. I do get what you're saying. We have been lied to for so long that it can be hard to take in the true reality. Yes, I say, Yappa. Well said, Yappa. Yeah, right? Very well said. I get it, sis. It's like we're in two different worlds at the same. Yes, it is. Right on, Rafa. Yeah, she broke it down, right? We live in such lies, programmed to believe. Yes, we do. And then you go in this thing and you go, wait a second. Okay, wait, this is not, but I like it. This is nothing I experienced, but I like it. Like, what is that, right? It's that African, that whatever that is, it's still in us. It's still in us. Most of us just go on any place we go on vacation, and it's funny that some people, the most they get is a 2-week vacation. You just starting to break down all that Americanness, all of that, wherever you come from, first worldness, right? You just starting to relax a little. You know what I'm saying? You just starting to realize that maybe things are not as great as you think it is, right? And then you got to go home, and then you got to go right back into it. That's why I do, like I said with y'all, the idea of having to have more time to yourself, I know it's going to open everybody up. And I think it's going to open y'all up. Maybe it's that y'all going to catch up to where I am, because you have time. My sister just was like, you're in the portal. I understand. She's never been to Africa, but she gets that. It must be something DNA-ish. Something that is just, and you look around and go, this isolation shit is bullshit. For me, I'm saying when I was isolating myself, I'm not even talking about the C virus thing. I can't even speak on that because I don't know what's going on. I'm not living that reality, so I wouldn't even speak on that. I was speaking on my own isolation, and why I think my spirit brought me to, remember they say know what you don't want, knows what you do want, help you know what you do want. I knew that I was like, I don't need 2 bedrooms. I don't need to be alone. I don't want this. And now, listen, y'all, this is some deep stuff. To be able to have people, men in your life that there's somebody else's husband, so then you ain't trying to sleep with, they ain't trying to sleep with you, that's really just there for you. It's funny that I don't have that same looking for the one, because there's so many men that give you so much conversation. What if we had positive male energy around us? we probably wouldn't jump in bed with people too fast. We probably wouldn't be going from man to man. We probably wouldn't be looking for the one, because that naturalness of a man being himself and a woman being herself, it's all there. Nobody's mad that your husband is driving you around here. They understand that that's what they're supposed to do. The wife tells them, go help them out. And the husband together, they couldn't. He said, me and my wife discussed, you can't be out there by yourselves. Let's go make sure you're okay. It's a different reality. And it feels so relaxing. It feels so normal. It feels so right. So my reasons of not wanting to come back, God, inshallah, God willing, is because this is the most amazing, right on feeling I've ever felt. And I like it. And it's something else. Y'all know I'm deeply spiritual. I mean, y'all know I feel. Let's put it that way. Y'all know I feel. Spiritual, we could agree with it or not. You know I feel. Y'all know I feel. And I feel this. And even sitting in this room, that's not normal. They like, oh, you in your room all day? That's abnormal. Like, why are you in your room all day? Like, I am going to go outside and talk to people and a whole bit and go do some things. And I got to write this poem, but maybe this is all stuff for the poem. So so if you see me like this, I think this early in the morning, I got people on that actually are with me. And not necessarily overstanding what I'm saying or overstanding what I'm feeling, but you want to. What I don't want to do is I want to keep going. This is what my sister say, you're going to have to let your body, you're going to have to say, I can't keep going back. I need to keep going. That's why I say even the energy that I'm around here, this one particular person, I need to even move from that. I need to allow spirit to ancestors to continue to lift me and take me further into it and stop trying to have a hand in the old. Like, oh my God, that's my obligation. I have to be. No, my sister, just fly, just go, just don't look back. Harriet Tubman, she said, don't look back. Keep going. You can hear the dogs coming. You can see the torchlights, but don't go back. Keep going. And that is where I am right now. So when I have conversations with Ghanaians, there's so much that it's a whole nother level. I'm very happy. It's easy. I'm having fun because, of course, I'm learning. And I'm liking what I'm learning. Yes. So it's not a struggle. I'm just kind of giving you minute by minute feelings because I didn't know, like, this is a struggle. This live stream is a struggle. The live stream before this have been kind of a struggle. And I don't know how not to be that. And I just may need more time. So but I'm going to be honest with you. This is why I really, really know that, ladies, that the groups are going to be different. We've been waiting for this for a long time, for me to give the groups something that I can't give here. And I couldn't naturally do it because I'm just give all. But now I can naturally do it because in the groups, it's like you sign up for, I want to know what she's saying. And I want her to say it the way she feels. And I want to go there with her. And I want to go into that portal too. And it's a difference. So I could just and they just be like, do, and it's just like the groups are going to be, and I needed this time to express and to grow and to learn about where I'm going. The groups are going to be pretty spectacular. When you have people sign up, it's a different thing. They here for what you got to give, and they're here for all the amazing changes that you go through. Because every time I travel, it's like I almost feel like there's a progression that everything was getting me to Ghana. And I just keep feeling other places, like places that I don't even know where geographically on the map. I keep feeling Ivory Coast, I keep feeling Togo, but I know they're close by. I heard that, but I naturally felt that. I'm still feeling the other parts, still feeling Uganda, I'm still feeling Botswana. Like, I'm feeling the continent. That's where I would like to travel for the rest of my life. I can still say, like, I'm just not that attracted to Europe. And even when I was in London, that's when I knew I was cool. I was like, no, it's cold and I need black faces all day. That's me, I just, God willing, inshallah, that I could do the work that I came to do, but also still be myself in doing it and allow myself to process. And I just want to thank y'all for allowing me to process and just to process. That's it. Yes. It's really not our natural way of living. You can feel it. Thank you, Miss Jewel Rosa. I appreciate that. As a child and a young adult, growing up in poverty, used to believe that it's all there is until I moved to Europe and began to educate myself. And I love that perspective. That's excellent. I'm trying to convince my husband into moving our family back to the motherland. I love you. Keep sharing your keep sharing your transformative experiences with us. Blessings, peace, and love. I appreciate that so much. I appreciate that so much. And you said back, so you know, but you can't explain it, right? And I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. I don't feel like that person anymore. I don't feel it. And I'm trying to be with y'all, but I can't be with y'all because I'm already over here. And everything is different and everything feels different, but everything feels normal. And then you realize you was never normal before. And I don't know, y'all. Like, I'm just going to take this one day at a time. Can we just take this one day at a time? Our relationship has changed. We have a changed relationship. It's funny, even the sister I came with, I realized that that's a changed relationship. We thought we were friends and close, and I think that we really were. But even Africa will change who you decide to come over with. It may change your family dynamic. It may change the relationship between you and your best friend. If it calls you and you go with it, you're not gonna ever be the same again. It's powerful. We are powerful. Blackness is powerful. The continent is powerful. Melanin is powerful. Dr. Lady Africa talks about it. We didn't even get into the fact that everybody's melanated. No, not like a little bit. No. Highly melanated. Everybody got the same hair. Same thick nappy. The same. Not kind of. The same. It's more than an ocean. It's more than an ocean. Ashe, Queen. Ashe. Thank you. Peace and love to you as well. Oh, wow. I was just thinking that the classes would be something special because it would be a container where you can freely express yourself and uplift your students. Yes, Shelly. And I love you. Shelly, I love your upliftness and I love that you get that. And I'm so glad that we are having a relationship as teacher, student, and student teacher because I'm a student too. And I love you for that. That's what this was. And thank you for, like I said, because now I'm clear, like, I can't express myself here. That's obvious. I don't even know how to. But my groups are here for it. They want all of this. Like, it's just going to be different. So I will come on YouTube and I will show as much as I can and but I'm having this is not fun. You know what I'm saying? And I want it to be fun. And I love y'all. And for those that don't understand, they're not gonna understand, and that's okay. But I just want to say thank you. Like I'm living a life, and I think when I started off about the travel with another person, I feel like that I'm having this experience, but somebody that you might come here and don't feel none of it. You might. Let me say this too. Y'all gonna be real mad, but I'm gonna say it. When you African and you know it, and then you African and you kind of even, maybe one might say, at least as a Ghanaian, look like it. I think melanin, like, let's just talk about Dr. Leda Africa, right? And this is where he kind of gave me this understanding. That melanin, it pulls. So you're actually more spiritual and have more of a connection with the divine when you are heavily melanated. It's that. I mean, you're gonna look at his videos. This is what he says. So now you're downloading in a way that is much more easier because you're not having all the lies, the BS, the distractions. With other people who are naturally who they are, there's something about that. There's a drawing in that is pretty amazing. But then you try to explain that to folks that are not there or dealing with something else, it's like talking a whole nother language. And again, like I said, I'm really into I'm going to listen to the chief and get this language and this food down. And because I'm so into I'm going to learn the language, I could imagine where that's going to take me to. So it's a blessed. It's a blessed journey. And I'm going to get out of this room. I'm going to be African and go outside and talk to some people. And it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So, yes. Oh, we are over that hour. So, yes. Yes, ma'am, I know. It's okay. You're with us. We need you to make us see the truth through you. We are coming. You haven't left us. Ah, Shay, Jewel, I love you. I'm not crying. I know, right, Audrey? I know I get no mushy here. Yes, I want the truth. No sugarcoating. Put it where the goats can get. Yeah, we're going to get it. It's the courses. So, ladies, thank you for the ladies that already joined. It's $87 until next Sunday. So you got $10 off. It is the next intensive. I feel like it's going to be one of the most powerful ones because it's coming to us from Ghana. It's interesting, Tony. You'll notice that I was supposed to do the Morocco thing, and then, of course, the Morocco thing didn't work out. I already feel the universe because after you go to Ghana, you was going to go to Morocco and go, you know what, womp, womp, sorry, I already can feel it. You already there where you need to be. So, but the next intensive deal is $87. I'll leave it in the description box. Y'all should join because y'all know it's going to be, there ain't going to be no filters, no this. It's going to be, she going to give it to us. She going to give it. And that Sunday special, I would love to show y'all, just to give you a piece, like I said, for those $47, you want to have this Ghanaian meal with Ghanaians. So maybe y'all could experience a little bit of it as well. So, yeah, this is good. This is like everything's happening for a reason. The people that were in the groups always wanted more exclusivity, which you deserve, you should have, you paid for it. And nobody else on this channel don't even know what the hell, not everybody, but a lot of people don't know who the hell I am and what the hell I'm talking about. So it kind of works out, doesn't it? Because the ones that don't know but want to know is coming to the groups, and the ones that do know is coming to groups, and the one that still want it is in between, and you just want to be around and see this evolution, you're coming as well. But we're not going to do this live free TV too much. It's too draining for me because I'm still in between, and I just need to get a little more solid. But we are going to come on, and we're going to do it, and I'm still going to share. And I definitely can do the legalities things. I think that's straightforward. How do you become a resident? What's a visa? How long can you stay with one? What do you need to renew? Like, I feel like I need to know that, and I will be bringing you all of those things because that's practical, and we need the practical as well. Apartment hunting, that'd be fun too. But the real deep work, we're going to do that privately. So thank you, ladies. Yes, thank you. Yes, Queen. Yes, Audrey. Whoever has ears, let them hear. Hashe. Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, Queens, I love you. So like right now, y'all, so y'all, people that was in the last group, Audrey and a few other ones that's on, keep your notifications on because I really wanted to come to y'all today, but I came on, but it was a little too early, so nobody was there. So keep your notifications on because I still need to connect with my people. I don't have a girlfriend here, so I still need that divine feminine energy. So the group members that, the group that the vibrational group, keep your notifications on because I do need to come to y'all and I do need to express and I do need to do that. And I like to do more of that in privacy. Until the next group starts, I'm most likely going to still keep coming. So do your best to keep your notifications on. That's Kojo. I told you. I'll call him back. That's the family. He going to want to know. I know what's going on. I'm going to have to fix some things. But on a serious note, let's go get this gray dyed. Okay. I love you, ladies. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Yes. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace and blessings. Midasi.